Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It is me, Audrey Lane, with Just Be Audrey Lane. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you can be notified when a journal process is up. So I'm going to start with the date, and today is Saturday, September 4th, 2021. And I am coming with you when things come, they go. They come and they go. They come and they go. I'm going to try to make it through this video without shedding a tear. And you know I have no problem showing emotions, but it has been on me. And today I asked God for integrity. And I knew with asking him that the enemy was going to try to come and throw some salt up on the game. But we all know salt is actually a healer. It actually does help you kind of grow. Not kind of grow, but it helps in growing in process. It melts away hardness. And it helps you grow. So where the enemy thought that he was going to win this, he actually just had me say a growing spot. Oh, I get it now. Because I knew it. But then I thank him for it. Well, thank God for it. Because it's like, man, I'm going to grow in this. It helped me see a spot. Because the enemy will have you thinking that everything is on smooth and clean and everything is going and everything is like nice and shiny for you. And then what you don't realize, there's going to be spots in the world. But how about this? I love the fact that that spot came up for me of, man, I opened up my mouth because now it has me see where I can grow, where I need more of God into play and less of me. So I had to say, God, please remove me. Give me you. Remove all of Audrey Lane. I want to do as you need and want me to do. I am so grateful. And it helps me to realize that just when you thinking that, because I get on here and I speak out my truth. My journal is a truth for me. Truth and no dare. I dare not speak any ill or anything because and that's what tonight's journal probably is going to be. Truth or dare. Are you being true? And how about this? I dare you to be true. Find out who you are. So it is going to be truth or dare, but find out who you are because the enemy will come up and start poking holes and putting spots on where you be thinking like, oh my God, I'm not through with that. Oh my goodness, I'm still struggling in opening up my mouth. I'm still struggling. But it helped me to see that, you know what? You need to be more in prayer. You need to be more with God. You need to, because everything that you really need in life, and for me, I know I can only genuinely, truly get it from the one who loves me more than I even love myself. And I'm not saying that I don't love myself. I love myself. I have grown so much. I love who I am. I love who I am becoming. I even love who I was. You know why? Because I'm happy for her. I'm happy for who I was. Because if I wasn't her, it wouldn't got me to who I am. So I don't look at it like it's something like, oh, degrading. It helps me to improve on me all the way. So it's just so funny how where the devil wants to try to trick your mind. He wants to sit there and say, oh, you feeling this way? You feeling so good? Feel good. How about this? Feel good. Keep on feeling good. Don't let him trip you up. Don't let him sit there and say, and I have to tell myself that all the time and get it out of my head that, oh, you're on this, so now you're going to be down. No, we're not. How about enjoy it? Stay on it because the enemy wants to trick with you. He wants to get into your mind. Do not let him do that. Go into prayer often. Pray. Pray hard. Your armor guards you against a lot. Remember, we are fighting against principalities. So we have to make sure that we are guarded at all times. I seen my wrong and I had to say, God, forgive me because I should have kept my mouth closed. And I can tell you what it was. My husband wanted to get into a disagreement and I seen it, and yet I still went into it. And I had to stop it. You know why? Because Do not make somebody want to have a conversation with you. A lot of the times we don't need it. You know why? Because it will end in a pointless failure of just misery. And we don't belong in misery. We have grown and we got to see the signs. And I seen it and I had to step back. Nope. No mas. Mm-mm. I'm not. No. Because I don't want to go into an area, because I know a lot of the times whenever we are on the right track and God has it, things will come up and them spectators want to throw things in it. It's like they want to throw wrenches, they want to throw anything in it to get you off track, to get you and say, see, you ain't changed, you see you doing all of that. And I had to say, and a lot of the times we want to open our mouth. I had to learn, be still. Quietness is a good thing. You know why? Because then you don't have to worry about your mind racing. And I had to instantly ask God to give me peace, to not even let it stay festering in my mind. Remember, we are stronger than that. The enemy wants to keep on coming up and bring stuff. I said it to not only my husband a while ago, but I said it to my therapist. The devil gets a hold of people. And you have to make sure you are staying deep rooted in God. Deep rooted with everything he needs you to do. Deep rooted in making sure you have his word. Because the enemy will try to tell you, oh, this is where you got to get better. And you will go off of listening to him when all he wants to do is see you fail. Don't listen to him. Separate yourself. A lot of the times I love being by myself. It's a good thing because I can see it coming and I get up and I go. I move because I do not want to be in that situation. I don't want to be in that area. I am worth more. I don't want to be in backsliding failure. I don't want to be in an area that I have asked God to save me from, but yet I want to run back to it. No. Mm-mm. Know your worth. Know your worth. We have to keep on pressing forward. Press forward. It hurts pressing forward. You know why? Because we haven't done it before. This work that we're doing in our faith, we haven't done that before. We relied on other people and others to get us through. And it's something for us. It's something for... Sorry about that, guys. I had to answer this text. But you have to make sure we are definitely, not you, we have to make sure that we are living in the trueness of God. When I tell you, you have to recognize some signs of when the enemy wants to come up. You have to recognize, and I knew it. My day was peaceful, and it still is peaceful. You know why? Because I choose to make sure that I stay right in God and stay in it. Everything that happens is needed. It's something. It's something. We have to continue. So staying in God's word is going to be where I definitely have to do. And I have to stay in it. I need to stop with distractions because the enemy wants to throw us off guard. He wants to throw stuff up into the situation. And how about this? Even though the enemy wants to do this stuff, can I say sometimes that it may be God wanted to get your focus more into him? So I wouldn't say he caused anything. But a lot of the times, God wants you to be like, okay, I need you to stay focused in this area, even though all of this is going on. So it lets me know that when things come up, not only do I ask God for discernment and ask God to come in and help me do it. I do the work. I do the work. I tell you, I used to think that I always stayed in my Bible and literally like wrote everything down or always had a conversation with him. Nothing like before. I mean, nothing like now. Nothing like now. Now I truly am like, my man, God, thank you for eye opening things. Thank you for opening my eyes. I had to literally say today also, I carry, I don't want to carry baggage that's not meant for me to carry. I give myself truly to you. I ask you to come in place. And I do that because I know, like, why are you got to handle yourself different. You got to make sure you are carrying what God knows is in you with trustworthy hands. I want God to trust me that I can care for myself and care for what he needs me to do. So that's why I ask for discernment a lot. So I don't have to open my mouth. Man, when I tell you closing my mouth today, I just had to like stop. No mas. No. And it was hard, but I had to. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I want to have peace. And I seen it. I knew it was coming before any. I knew. I said, yeah, you got to recognize some signs and how the devil comes up and how he wants to put things in to the mix. Remember, a lot of the times we have to choose. Not a lot of the times, all the times we have to choose staying in a firm belief in knowing and trusting God. And why I say that is because things are going to happen in life. Things are going to always come up. But are we trusting God that he's handling it? Or do we want to go off of old behaviors of us trying to handle it? I just was speaking about it. We can't. A lot of the times for me, I found out that it's like, God, not only do I need to rely more on you and keep everything on you, I need to make sure that I am doing my end of seeing what you tell me or even what comes up, because I don't know. I don't want to blame and say, oh, you tell me this, but God has literally put things to let me see this is about to happen, or don't let, not this is about to happen, don't you let this happen, don't you let this happen. Being quiet is something. A lot of the times, because we want to fight back, we want to say something back, we feel like we're being degraded, or it just hurts. But I've learned, be quiet. One, even though the words is coming at you and they saying some stuff and you probably feel like you can say some stuff back, don't. Because I've learned, one, I don't want to have to take back words that literally do affect people, regardless of what me and my husband is going through. I don't want to say hateful things. I don't want to say hurtful things. Why? Because it demeans me. It stunts my growth. It has me in an area that I don't want to be in. So it's like, man, taking the punches sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, they hurt. But at the end of the day, I'm protected and I am going forth and doing some great things. And I'm going to continue doing that because I'm going to trust God that at the end of the day, I am going to be with him. At the end of the day, my soul is going to rest well with him. At the end of the day, I have served the purpose that he needed me to serve. And that's an everyday process. That's an everyday process to lead up to where he's going to take us. So every day requires us to do work, to stay in him, to rely and trust on him, to literally make sure we are communion with him. This is one of the hardest jobs, or not, I said it before, the hardest job that will have to be done when we are striving for greatness and we are striving to make sure we are staying with God. It's going to be one of the hardest things, and things come up. And especially, you always may have someone who see what you're doing and they don't know how to get it for themselves, nor do they want it. That can be what it is. And especially when everything they're doing is dressed up so good and nice for them. They don't want to do that kind of work for what God needs you to do. What God requires us to do, it takes work. The best work I've done, the best work you will ever get in, is to make sure that your soul is adding up to what God knows it should be. What God knows he has for you. It requires work. I now get it exactly how, for me, what faith without works is dead mean. It's not about finances. It's about the fact that your faith requires work. That's what it is. We got to work so our faith continually grows more and more in God. Because I will honestly say, for me, I know finances and all that stuff is there. Anything that's material, yeah, it's material. You know why? Because it will disintegrate and it will go. But your faith and your trust and your reliance on God is something that stays. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't disintegrate. It doesn't, it's not voided when you have worked. And if you want to get where it's financial, it's a check that won't bounce. You don't have to worry about it. When you rely truly on God, all your needs are met. Everything, physical, mental, spiritual, all of that. That's where you have to make sure, like, your spirit is something you truly, truly want the wealth in. Spiritual wealth. Spiritual knowledge. That's a great gain. That's a gain of virtue. Man. That's a gain we want. Sometimes it's like, your journal process can be in and out. Now, I'm saying this to you guys now, because I'm like, your journal be in and out. For me, I get it. That's exactly why I come on here, because it's like, man, do you see your growth? Do you see where you have had a problem? You expressed it out. You wrote it out. You're dealing with it. You dealt with it. And now you can chart it and go back and see where it's like, okay, you wouldn't have done this before. When I'm sitting here happy now that I am, like, something like this would have been able to have me cry, because I would be thinking some things in my head of what I wanted to say. But I am more grateful that I didn't. I am more grateful that you gotta learn to be quiet. Our walk requires us sometimes to be alone. But yet we are not alone. One, I prefer this downtime and quiet time because it is having God gear me up for where He's placing me. He's gearing me up because it's going to be a multitude of people surrounding me. But He wants to make sure that I am bringing the right, well, put it like this, the right plate to the table. The right plate to the table. So what's on your plate? Are you really dealing with the issues that you have? Deal with them. Because I want my plate to come correct with Him. Especially, you know what, I say it all the time. And it's funny I say it like this just now. But Psalms 23, I read every day. That to me is a bedtime story. It's a story of a lullaby. It's a story of peace. It's a will. It's a you're benefiting from it. So you're entrusted with it. You're trustee of it. You are the one that's benefiting from it. I for always, when I was a kid, Psalms 23 has always done it for me. I've never seen it and viewed it like how I do now. God truly cracks it and open it up all the time. Just if you say the very beginning, the Lord is my shepherd. Just the fact that He's leading. The Lord is my shepherd. Yeah. Then if you go in, I should not want. That right there. That's the opening of. Yep. You benefit. You're a beneficiary of Him. I swear. Maybe life may be hard right now. Go through your alone state that you're in right now, because really you're not alone. So if you want to go off, if you need human friends in there, they're there. Open up your mouth and be around people who you may have felt uncomfortable before. How about this? Open up and talk with people. You'll be shocked how people literally may not be paying you that much attention, because we all are going through our own things in life that you may be feeling like, this person don't have time for me. But you never know what they are thinking. They could be thinking it too. Our minds, we have to get to asking God to give us a sound mind and not let our minds keep racing and racing. We are about to be in an area where God is going to have us super around people. He's gearing us up for it. I know for myself, He's gearing me up for it. A multitude. There's going to be people around me in the multitude. And I have to make sure that I am living by Him, by the grace of God. That literally, that people know is nothing but Him, because He will be speaking about me. He will be the aromas they smell. He will be getting all of His glory, His just dues. And the whole thing about it is, I want to make sure that God, I am doing your will in everything you're doing in me. We are still getting instructions on how to be ourselves. And I know for myself how to be myself. The Audrey Lane He knows I am. His child, His daughter. What He knows is in me. He knows that I don't have to race. He knows that my mind can be calm. He knows that I can be peaceful. He knows that I can be loving. And more importantly, He knows that I can be trusted. God is with us. He helps us all the way. I said it before on here, and I'm reading a note that I wrote down from earlier. Help me to listen with kind ears. Help me to listen with a kind heart. Help me to speak kind words. I put that down this morning because I wanted to put it in my gather bin. And I will put it down. Gather. It's gathered. Because I had to remember, walking in silence is a great thing. Whatever hits, how about this? They not even hits. Because, man, can you stand the blows? You can. Because they bounce right up off of you and don't even affect you when you are trusting God. You know He has you. I tell you, I don't even know. Let me give the credit to God. I know that He is doing this. I would have never seen this a while ago. I never knew that this could be possible at all for me, Audrey Elaine, and to get it more and more. Because I'm not going to don't. I'm not going to sell myself short. I have it. I'm growing more and more in God. He's trusting me more and more. He's revealing more and more to me. He knows I am strong. He knows what I bring to the table. He knows what needs to be taken off the table. He knows what actually has to be fed into me. He knows exactly what this child of His needs. He knows I definitely need more of Him. He knows it. He shows me in areas throughout the day. So this was a learning curve for me today. Thank you, God, for it. I haven't said that yet. Thank you, God, for it. So, I told y'all for the month of August, I was doing the 31 days of prayer, a minute a day. And I actually started doing that again. I've been eating my meals. I got to get better at eating them. And I say this, anyone who wants to go and get physical help, healthy help of losing weight, let me know. Let me know, because it won't be about me, but I can give you info so you can go and do it for yourself. Literally. So I've been praying and continuing it. So it's 30 days in September. So we're going to add a minute a day for September. This is something that I want to be consistent in. I want to grow. So I'm going to keep on watering. I'm going to keep on pruning things up off of me. Asking God to do it. Asking God to do it. So I got to get my weight and everything in control. Because I know when my physical health is there, it helps more with the mental. And I have to get it out of my head because I love how I look. I'm not 300 pounds anymore, thank God. But I want to get down to more of healthier weight. I don't want to be back to 146, but I would love to be back at like 175. So I have to do that. And right now I'm 197. So I have to do it. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to eat how I know I need to be eating. And I want it because I want to be more, I like the physical thing of walking around and moving. I love, the fact of how I just was able to walk up and down steps because my legs and everything was going crazy before. And putting on what, okay, 151, and I needed to put on weight. uh, putting on almost 40 pounds. I can feel it. 38 pounds. I can feel it. But it's now time to not sulk over it because I did it for health reasons. So I'm going to slowly, gradually get it back down and everything. So I don't kind of do anything different. And I thank God for all the instructions on how to do it. But I can definitely do it. And it's all a natural thing of doing it. And that's one of the reasons why I love green, because it not only does it produce growth, but it also is literally what everything that you're going to, have for your health be. Now, and I eat meat, so don't get me wrong, it ain't all green. How I break the greenness down of it is the fact that your growth basically in it. I will give you any kind of knowledge you would need so you can actually drop weight off your actual body, but then drop weight out of your mind. Out of your mind. And that's where I want to get back into making sure I am eating properly. Because I also didn't take on things in my mind. That was like one of the things when I started building up my mindset and started working on my mind. That was something that my husband didn't like because I started getting stronger. And now I can honestly say that I don't need that kind of craziness of thinking and overthinking about it. I just need to kind of do it. And so that's what I've been doing, because I kind of just been up and down about, do I keep my weight here or do I go back down? But I need physical health. I need the mental health of getting the weight and stuff down, because right now I'm rambling, but right now I want to get it off of me because I have goals. And to be honest with you, I do not want to go out and buy more clothes. Yep, I don't. I don't want to have to go out and buy clothes. I like staying in mediums. I do. I used to be in the size 28. I like mediums. So I don't like, yeah. My pants was 9. Now I'm in a 13, 12, 13. So I want to do that, and I welcome anyone who wants to. I will definitely help as much as I can, and it is possible. Learning how to eat, it can happen for us. It will happen for us. It requires work. It's just like faith. One, because anything that is worth having, you got to work at. Anything that's worth having, you have to work at. You don't want it to come easy, because easy come, easy go. If your mind is not changed, it won't happen. I know for myself. I can't speak for others, but I know for myself. I don't want to go the easy way, because I have done so many things easy before, and it literally kept crashing and coming down, because I was building a house in with pixie sticks, basically, instead of actually building my house with wood, cedar wood. The strong, wait, I looked it up today. I think it's balsa, one of the strongest woods ever, ever. And I want one. And how about this? Not even necessary wood, because I love trees. I do. I'm fascinated with trees. I can tell you, I am. I love trees. Um, we gonna do it so you can get it, but I don't really want to say strong foundation. If you want cement, but how about this? I even have to tell myself, don't overthink. I want God to be my foundation. There you go. Don't get no stronger than that. That's all. I want it so deep rooted of Him that I don't have to go and say anything else. That's it. I want everything to be of Him. One, I am so grateful because a couple years ago, if anyone even mentioned God to me, I would give them a crazy look. Man, when I tell you the devil had a hold on me, he had a hold on me. And that's why I pray, and I pray well, because you have no clue with people. They may not get it. There's lasting effects. I always say, God, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. I had to say it for myself. God, forgive me, because I did not know what I was doing. The lasting effects. People that go out here and they live in the sinful nature, and they just living of the devil, and the devil is in them hard. They have no clue what actually comes back around. Everything that they're doing, it is coming back. I know for me, so let's talk about me. Everything that I did came back around. Everything I did of living in this crazy mindset. We got to really be true to ourselves to know we the common denominator of stuff. What we allow to go on and what we do ourselves. It's so funny. Wow, I never paid that no attention of what shirt I have on today. Grace grow genuinely. I love wearing this shirt. I love it. This is a graceful moment right here. Man, I don't even know really. I can't even tell you what I said this day journal was going to be. Because I just wanted to come on here and be Audrey Lane and spit out what's going on in my life. One, I can tell you, I love growing. I do. I used to be afraid and thought that, nope, I'm going to stay like this, because I was so comfortable in a dirty dang mess. A dirty dang mess. But coming up out of it, and now clearly can see myself and getting to know who I am, is great. You can come up out of it. You can come up out of it. Any situation that you are going through, anything that's coming your way, you can grow in it of grace. Because when I say grow in it, you're going to grow. I just said it yesterday, that what you go through is literally going to be where God is going to use you. And how about sometimes it may not even be that, but He going to use you. He going to use you to go and grab onto others who feel like, man, they'll be able. One thing I can tell you, talking with women, and I had someone who we were talking about divorce, and she's been going through the proceedings a little bit longer than I. But I will tell you this, me just talking with her and telling her, like, man, we can grow and we gonna continue going forth. I I didn't even give her my channel for this. She doesn't know what I do here at all, because I don't that's not what I needed that for. The moment that God needed me to talk with her was to hear her out and to actually let her know we are going through this because we are growing in it. We are growing through everything we are going through. So my craziness with my divorce that I be thinking is just crazy and blah blah this and everything literally will touch and impact others, because what she said to me is, oh my goodness. And I won't share that on here because that is something just between her and I. But she has no clue of what she told me actually impacted me as well. So the fact of it all is you have no clue what your situation will go to, and who it will touch. And it serves a purpose. You may not can't see it right now, but it's going to serve a purpose. It's going to be where God is going to show it out. Yeah. Because you serve a purpose in Him. I don't know what He's doing. He's gearing me up for something. I'm just gonna go. I'm full in. I have to be. I don't want it any other way. I thank you guys so much for letting me just come on and be Audrey Elaine. I do. I do. Thank you. You guys have a great evening. Make sure you love God. Make sure you are loving on yourself. Make sure that you are doing everything you need to do so you can grow. Go through it. You're growing. So you guys have a great one. Lift your hands and say Jesus. Go with God. And I will be back on with you guys, God willing, tomorrow. I love you. You know that's why I wait. I wait because I love you. I see you. Bye. Have a great day.